Hello, welcome to FlixWater YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk to you about a pressing environmental concern, microplastics. These tiny plastic particles have infiltrated our food, water, and even the air we breathe, posing a threat to all living beings. The good news is that there are water filtration systems available that can effectively remove microplastics from our drinking water. So, let's dive into what microplastics are, how they end up in our groundwater, and how we can keep them out of our drinking water. Microplastics are plastic debris that measure less than 5 millimeters and larger than 100 nanometers. They originate from the breakdown of plastic products and intentional inclusion of microplastics in certain products like synthetic clothing, facial scrubs, and toothpaste. Microplastics can also contaminate various foods and beverages such as fruits, vegetables, fish, beer, and even bottled water. Plastics are the most common type of debris found in our oceans and lakes, and they don't biodegrade easily. Instead, they break down into smaller pieces, making them harmful to life as they persist and accumulate in our bodies. Now, let's explore how microplastics find their way into our water sources. There are several pathways for microplastics to contaminate our drinking water, including surface runoff, wastewater effluent, degraded plastic waste, atmospheric deposition, and even plastic used to store water. Runoff and wastewater effluent are the primary sources of microplastic contamination in the United States. As plastics break down over time, they can enter groundwater through soil, reaching even the deepest aquifers. Shockingly, a study by the National Groundwater Association discovered microplastics in 2 aquifers in Illinois at a concentration of 15.2 particles per liter. You might be curious about the presence of microplastics in bottled water. Unfortunately, microplastics have been discovered in over 90% of samples from common bottled water brands. Research conducted by a sustainability researcher at Penn State Behrend found alarming levels of microplastic contamination in bottled water, with an average of 325 plastic particles per liter. One bottle of Nestle Pure Life contained as many as 10,000 particles per liter. In response to these findings, the World Health Organization has announced a review of the safety concerns associated with bottled water. So, how can we remove microplastics from our drinking water? There are several effective options available for home filtration. The best choices include reverse osmosis, distillation, and ultrafiltration systems. These filtration methods can effectively remove microplastics of all sizes, ranging from 100 nanometers to 5 millimeters. Reverse osmosis (RO) systems are highly efficient at reducing microplastics and other contaminants. They use multiple stages of filtration, including sediment and activated carbon filters, before passing the water through a semi-permeable membrane with tiny pores. The pores are just 0.001 microns in size, allowing water to pass through while washing away minute contaminants like microplastics. Some RO systems also include a post-filter and remineralization filter to improve the taste and reintroduce beneficial minerals. Water distillers operate differently by boiling water, collecting the resulting steam, and condensing it back into liquid form. Distillation effectively removes microplastics, along with other impurities, as water evaporates at a lower temperature than contaminants. However, water distillers are slower and require a constant energy source. Ultrafiltration systems utilize a 0.02 micron membrane to filter water from the inside. They don't produce wastewater like reverse osmosis systems and can maintain beneficial minerals in the final product. While ultrafiltration doesn't remove as many contaminants as RO systems, it still reduces bacteria, viruses, lead, copper, cysts, and other impurities. Each of these filtration methods has its advantages and disadvantages. For example, reverse osmosis is effective and has a long lifespan, but it requires water pressure, produces wastewater, and installation can be complex. On the other hand, distillation provides highly purified water but is slower and requires electricity. Ultrafiltration offers fast filtration speeds, simple installation, and no wastewater, but it has a shorter lifespan and removes fewer contaminants compared to reverse osmosis and distillation. Besides filtration systems, there are other steps you can take to reduce your exposure to microplastics. Boiling water for at least 20 minutes can kill bacteria, viruses, parasites, and remove some microplastics. Using a filtering water bottle with a built-in filter can be a convenient option when you're on the go, but make sure to replace the filter compartments regularly for optimal effectiveness. Ultimately, the most sustainable solution is to reduce plastic use. Avoid single-use plastic items like water bottles, straws, and utensils. And opt for reusable alternatives made from materials like glass or stainless steel. To sum it up, microplastics are a significant concern for our environment and health, but there are ways to reduce our exposure. Using water filtration systems like reverse osmosis, distillation, or ultrafiltration can effectively remove microplastics from our drinking water. Boiling water, using filtering water bottles, and reducing plastic use are also steps we can take to mitigate the issue. By implementing these measures, we can minimize our intake of microplastics and contribute to a healthier future for ourselves and the planet. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel for next topics or click to see the next videos on the right.